Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
So over the weekend, the Ghana Football Association president had an interview with Gary Smith of Joy Sports. They talked at length about a plethora of issues pertaining to Ghana football, and we're going to have a listen to it. I broke the interview down into several parts. You can see the chapters in here, but basically what they talked about pertain to the pitches that are being played on for the Ghana Premier League. I know a lot of you have raised concerns about that and are worried as to why that is the case. He talked and touched on it. He highlighted the fact that poor maintenance culture, is to blame for the poor state of the pitches, and he talks about that quite at length. We'll have a listen to that. He also talks about the Ghana Black Stars team selections and rumors that they are influenced, or Akonnor is influenced by them to select certain players. He's talked about other issues pertaining to AFCON as well. We'll have a listen to that lengthy interview here. Gary Smith and Joy Sports got with the FA President, ES OKRAKU. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. Let's go have a listen to that interview.
You mentioned that one of the things that excites you is the fact that the football players give you the mandate to do this, to lead them. The football players are not too excited about the pitches on which they play. The coverage will come to that, but the pitches generally are terrible. It is something you said you were going to work on because it is where the bread is made and buttered.
So I have said from day one that we need to fix the fundamentals.
Yes.
And we did identify what were fundamentally wrong, for which reason we began the process and, of course, encouraged every club investor to also turn our eyes at the fundamentals, okay? And one of the fundamentals, obviously, has to do with pitches. Everywhere in the world, pitches are challenged given the heavy loads of work and energy that are exerted on the pitches. In England, in Germany, in Spain, in France, in Azerbaijan, in South America, there are those times of the year that you say, what kind of pitch is this? Okay, but we admit that we have problems with pitches. For which reason, if you remember, we set out a strategy of offering borehole facilities to clubs, yes, as one of a key strategy in improving competitions in this country. Okay. Generally, I would say that at least at the Premier League level, all the games started on very good pitches. I'm saying this again. Generally, we started the current GPL season across all the 9 league centers, and the pitches at the time of start were in very, very good shape. It is also true that our poor maintenance culture has affected some of the pitches. It is also true that the lack of many quality pitches or quality stadia in this country affects access. Typical example, the National Wembley Accra Sports Stadium is being used by 5-6 football clubs, including our Premier League. Including our national team. Mm-hmm. Okay, so clearly, the load on the turf at Accra Sports Stadium is always heavy, and it will always affect quality. Okay, so yes, we started on a good note by way of the levels of the pitches that were passed to start the Premier League as a case study. Yes, during the season, some of the pitches went bad because of poor maintenance culture,
so
including my own
Dreams FC. But you see, in your case, in the Dreams FC case, even I as an outsider could tell everybody that it was an outlier, mm-hmm, because the Dreams FC pitch 90% of the time is great.
Yeah. And
we understood upon inquiry that you had a water issue, there was something wrong. But the bottom line is that in 3 or 4 days it was fixed. And since then, it has been in pristine condition. Yeah. We can't say that for the other pitches around the country.
So Dreams may be an exception.
Yes.
Okay, because at Dreams FC, we don't allow anybody access So the turf is treated 7 days a week, so it will always be green. We don't even train on the pitch. We train on a different pitch. But that cannot be said with every football club in this country.
Yes.
Okay. You go to Sunyani Coronation Park. That's one of the best stadia facility in that region. We have loads of clubs in that region, and all of them want, or all of them do use that pitch.
Yeah.
Clearly, the pitch will suffer. The pitch will not be in good health. Okay. I was reading an article from my colleague, the FA president of Morocco, who is saying that his country has 1,400 or 500 pitches,
and it's not enough.
It's not enough. And these are pitches that has been constructed by the government for use by the local people. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, you are blessed. How many do we have here? Okay. And we have always believed that, and we still believe that we are a much stronger football nation than Morocco. We don't have the pitches. We don't have the facilities. Okay. So, yes, our bad maintenance culture has affected us unduly. But yes, we don't have enough playing pitches in this country. And it's important that we continue to work towards getting a lot more and getting very good pitches. Now, our idea of the borehole strategy is still in place. I have said that we've had very good engagement with FIFA. We've gotten very, very far in the process. I am very positive that soon the borehole strategy will be rolled out. And when it is done, it will be all again the responsibility of club owners, club administrators to ensure that they apply the water that will be generated and the pitches will be properly kept. Otherwise, we'll always be where we are.
You speak about pitches, and I have my own private thoughts that you are the head of the GFA, okay? But of course, pitches do not come. You don't construct pitches.
No.
They are,
but I'm concerned when
they are municipal arrangements.
When the products that we churn out
exactly.
are seen not to be in
so
good
we can't
situation.
say that you should, but we know that, for example, some of your colleague FA presidents, like you say, have access to things like FIFA grants, and it's been
the
a
FIFA
difficult
fund.
Yeah, FIFA grants, funds, and FIFA Forward and so on. And we know that some of them, case study, Liberia. I'm sure you know that was coming.
Yeah.
And for the benefit of listeners, Liberia announced a couple of days ago that they've used their allocation for
some of the allocation.
Yes, some of the allocation from FIFA to construct world-class, basically pram-prams, about 3.
So,
and it's one of the questions that has come up repeatedly.
So
when would you, as GFA president,
I am
ensure that you get that?
Extremely happy that you've asked this question.
Yes.
Liberia is different from Ghana.
Okay.
The Liberia football industry is totally different from Ghana. The Liberian football ecosystem is different from Ghana. Okay. Let me give you a classic example. Look at the size of our Congress, and look at the size of the Liberian Congress. Okay. Basically, what I'm saying is that our priorities in Ghana or the priorities in Liberia may not necessarily be the same in Ghana. Okay. Now, you're talking about Liberia that has invested in 6 small-sided pitches, and 1 big-side pitch. 5 small-sided
Small-size pitches.
Small-size pitches. Okay.
And 6
okay.
big one.
Okay. Then obviously they invested in what we call here our pram. Okay. We inherited a pram property that was engulfed in a lot of challenges. Okay. As we speak, we are still heavily engaging the chiefs and people of Mutual for right documentations on the land. We don't have the papers on the land. And if you don't have titles to land, FIFA will not grant you the funding for you to invest in any project whatsoever. Okay? So as you speak, the FA, even though we have loads of plans for Pram Pram, we can't do any investment until we get the title documents saying that that land is owned by the Ghana Football Association. Beyond that, we're still struggling with the over 7 million, is it 7 million judgment debt that hangs around Pram Pram. Okay, so it is a totally different ballgame altogether. Liberia may have gotten land that was free from litigation, so they can immediately invest. We had made plans to invest in Pram Pram to ensure that we have even more pitches where our Black Stars can even train, etc., to make the place a sports village, so to say. But it's not possible because of the underlying challenges that we have. So we can't compare our circumstances to any other country. Again, sorry, but Ghana is a much more bigger football country. Our ecosystem is different, our needs are different, and most importantly, our challenges are different.
Apparent perception that you are imposing players on CK Akonnor. So let me start from this way.
Okay.
What is your relationship like with CK Akonnor? Is it true that you guys have not been friends for the last year? Note, I didn't say you don't talk, that you are not friends.
Okay, so first of all, it's very interesting when people create headlines and preach the headlines. Okay, CK Akonnor was appointed by the executive committee that I lead. At the executive committee level, if I don't believe in a certain way, I would always convince and give my colleagues enough reasons why we should change our way. We, the executive committee, appoint our technical men for all our national teams, including Charles Akonnor. For which reason, if Charles is today the head coach of Ghana, it is because we believe in him and we work towards supporting him to ensure that we win that target of envy. So when I sit back and I hear stories, it's at times I'm
so
happy.
He's your friend?
If he's not my friend, then he's not a friend of the Football Association. He's our friend.
In multimedia, we have a culture that says we don't have to be friends to get the job done. So that is probably what you are doing.
No, I mean we are friends. There's nothing wrong.
Do you trust CK Akonnor's judgment as Black Stars coach?
If we don't, he will not be there.
Do you trust him?
If we don't, he will not be there.
Do you subject his collapse to editing?
Collapse for national teams go through processes, and these people must understand. Gone were those days where one person will wake up one day and there's a collapse. It will never happen again.
So when
the coach and his team would work with the technical directorate to pick up a squad. And if they are convinced about the squad, they need to go and convince the management committee of the team about the squad. Finally, there would always be a meeting. Some I may attend, or any other person that I pick to attend. And when we have a consensus, the squad is announced by the head trainer. This is a system that is administered everywhere in the world, not in Ghana. There's nowhere that one single individual makes collapse.
So what you are saying is that CK Akonnor does not, when we see list of Black Stars players coming out,
the list has gone through a process.
So it is not totally CK's preferred.
The list has gone through a process, and it's the responsibility of the head coach to convince everybody along the line why Gary is coming and why Kurt is coming and why Azerbaijan is not coming.
So if CK says, I want Gary to be in the team, but the technical team made up of the technical director and everybody else.
If the coach wants the player, the
Yes.
player comes.
The player comes.
The player comes.
So at what point can a player be dropped when CK has said, I want this player?
Okay. So, for example, the coach says, I want Gary.
Yes.
Gary has, let's say, 3 yellow cards. Gary cannot come.
Yes.
As an example.
Yes.
Okay. The coach says he wants a player. The player maybe has other issues. Okay? Other issues. Let's say disciplinary issues. The player cannot come.
Okay.
Okay? And it will be the responsibility of the team, if this is noticed, to bring it to the fore of the coach. Okay? But if the coach needs a player, the player will come.
So, yes or no question. Do you impose players on CK Akonnor?
Nobody imposes players on CK Akonnor.
You have not imposed
Nobody.
any players.
Nobody.
So what we heard about
Nobody.
CK telling my colleague journalists that certain players in this last Black Stars call-up were not there because of him.
Okay. So I have not heard CK speak to this, and I doubt CK will say to anybody that somebody is imposing players, because nobody imposes players on Charles Akonnor.
Okay. We will not hear anywhere.
Let me repeat myself again.
Yes.
I doubt if CK has said anywhere during his tenure as coach of the Black Stars that somebody is imposing players on him. I doubt it. And I have not heard this. And I don't want to believe it, because nobody imposes players on any coach in Ghana.
Under 20, AFCON, we won. Kudos to you and your management team. The team was accused for a long time, especially when we weren't doing well. Obviously, when you succeed in Ghana, when you succeed, nobody talks.
It's normal.
It's normal.
It's normal. It's normal.
But the team was widely believed to be heavily populated with OKRAKU approved material. That is to say, members of the OKRAKU football empire. You have 5 clubs in Ghana. Dreams FC, or players affiliated to OKRAKU and Dreams FC.
Okay, so it's totally wrong. Before I became the president of the FA, my players always represented Ghana when they are called up. In the last U20 before, the very bad one, that's U20.
Yeah.
Dreams FC had 4 players in the squad. I was not the FA president. In this victorious team, I had 3 players in the squad, and 3 of the very best. Yes, it's true. I am a big investor in football. I'm sure we also have 2, 3, 4, 5 big investors in the game. It's normal. But so long as I work in the football industry, football players are only selected from the football industry. And if it is that a Dreams FC player is good, a Dreams FC player will be selected.
Yeah.
If it is that an All Blacks player is good, the player from All Blacks will be selected. If it is that there's a good player in Yendi and is good, the player will be selected. At the end, the team that represented Ghana was very competitive. They dominated West Africa. They dominated Africa. And they are all Ghanaians.
Dominated is quite a stretch,
Yes,
Mr. Prez. You won the trophies on both occasions, but you didn't dominate.
No! Look.
Slow down.
No, wait. Jose Mourinho will tell you.
Yes.
Go into the Guinness Books of Records. Go and see which names you find there.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
You may have 110 millions why you think, what is the end vision of football, especially in competition?
Oh, yeah.
It's trophy.
Yes.
So forget it. Even if I win one game and I get the trophy, I'm the champion.
But you know teams like Hassan Kotoko, for example, they say that, that's what. But we want to see beautiful football. Teams like Real Madrid have sacked coaches for less.
Beautiful football is not in the Guinness Book of Records. Sorry, Gary. When you sit here and start to read the records, the history, you don't read about the team that played the most flamboyant football.
You say those who won.
You read about those who won and those who made the headlines, those who scored the goals. And Ghana dominated WAFO.
So you want to win, that's all.
Ghana dominated WAFO.
Uh-huh.
Ghana dominated Africa. We are the current African champions. We have qualified for the African Nations Cup. Mm-hmm. I am proud. So our last AFCON outing, has been our biggest disaster in as many years as we can think. Okay, I'm talking about Egypt.
Yeah.
And I am sure that every Ghanaian would want to quickly forget about the happenings in Egypt. 40 years down the line, we're still looking for the Midas touch. And it behoves on all of us, and I'm saying all of us, to behave in a way that can help the country to win the AFCON. The minister, just like the president of the land, just like Mr. Ket E.S. OKRAKU, is interested or want to see Ghana win the AFCON. For which reason, as a football association, we have to do whatever it takes. And whatever it takes here includes, but not limited to, our technical team being up to speed with tactics, with selection of the intangible assets, the FA making sure that all the logistics that they need are available, the government also ensuring that all the logistics and whatever the team is needed are available, and hopefully the technical team will be able to give us the winning formula. We should be going to the AFCON very, very positive, okay? And I think that if indeed we want every Ghanaian to follow the team with their heart and minds, we have to start from our first engagement in June. Mm-hmm. In June, we play our first 2 World Cup qualifiers, and we have to ensure that we play well. We don't need June, July performances. You know what I mean by June, July?
I know, June, July performances.
Okay. We need to ensure that we play well.
A very Ghanaian expression.
We need to ensure that we are very competitive, so that we'll carry the entire nation along into the AFCON in January. This is important. This is the clarion call from the Minister, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf. This is the clarion call from the President, and this is the clarion call from my good self.
And Ghanaians.
And Ghanaians. We speak on behalf of Ghanaians, okay? The AFCON is so dear to our hearts, and we must give this nation hope that we have a team that is competitive, a team that will fight for the strip, and a team that will shed their last blood to ensure that Ghana wins the AFCON trophy. I will not give anything away for this.